find yourself sick. So you cannot behave in certain ways to sort of go and tell other people and, ask for help from people to choose to say, okay, what other people who have not got Holy Spirit are depending on the human effort to sort of build their life. You go there and you also make demand of that. And then we ask ourselves then, what kind of character is this? What is this guy trying to prove? You claim that you have got Holy Spirit. How come you are now demanding the very things we demand? We see you in the hospitals. We see you sharing all the things that we depend on. You are also there to take that also. Then what really are you saying? It is frightening. It's worrying but the only answer is that quit from it. If your common sense is clicking, you don't have to keep on that path, because you are introducing something to the whole human race, and we are all suffering. We are all bearing that thing, whether you are joking with it or not. What's the point in joking with such things? These are as serious as we can see it. So you can't joke with it, because people are taking it seriously. People are opening themselves to it. People are inviting the Spirit into their life, and it is drowning them, while the Spirit are not the true Spirit. They are not the real Spirit. They are not truly the Holy Spirit. If they are the truly Holy Spirit and we see the signs taking place, that's no problem. That's a good thing. I mean, human beings, we are meant to do, we are meant to sort of move on to have a successful life. If a man is supposed to possess a spirit inside him, so be it. But we want the written test that proves that this is what a man is supposed to live his life, have a spirit inside him or not to have a spirit inside him. When God gave us life, according to the books, did he say the life that he gave you was spirit? He says he breathed unto you the breath of life. Now we turn inside out of a man, we see blood. If you don't have blood completely, you'll be dying. We see people breathing air going in and out. So we haven't come to know what life that he put into us. But we are having suggestions from the book again, which contradicts so many things. So there is a high sense of doubt to disprove that this book is not really giving us the real answers or the real truth. You understand? So we know that if we know all this, then we advise ourselves. And then we know where to, how to live our life. From this quotation that I've picked from Exodus 15:27 here, the abilities of God is being displayed here, that he will punish you if you do not follow what he tells you. So there are so many things that God has spoken that we don't follow. So are we to make it sense of it like, okay, from what is stated, then we have to think that definitely the problems are having the Holy Ghost people who are getting sick, they are all is because as a result of not being obedient to God. That is why those things are happening. And you have a Holy Spirit and you are still not obedient to God, then you have a big problem. Those who don't have this sort of worship too, what would they say? But if you go to the Quran, we have seen several things in the Quran also telling us God will punish people who do not follow or obey Allah. They will punish. Here you see similar things telling you that people will be stoned if they are not following and doing what God tells them to do. People will be stoned. Some people they'll be killed. The punishment is capital. The capital punishment to their wrongdoing will be death. Or we will find it all. I'm going to point it all gradually as we move on. We'll be jumping from Exodus to Leviticus. The Leviticus is an area of law, and you will see it all there. You understand? Now, why will God do that? Omniscient God, omnipotent God, he created you. That will it be necessary for him to, as I say every day, will it be necessary for him to sort of punish you? Why would he punish you? Would you punish your dog or your robot that you created? Or you will fix it? He rather have to fix us, not to punish us. He has to fix us whatever error that is in us that makes us not function the way, or refix us so we will function well, but not to punish it. What are you punishing us for? And in the same book of the Quran and all that, in the Bible, it tells you that what will God gain by punishing you? He is telling us again that what will he gain by punishing you? Somebody says it's an ironic statement. It can be an irony or not. Even if it wasn't said there in the book, I can directly use my common sense and ask God that, why? What do you gain by punishing me? Why God? Why God? Why Jehovah? What do you gain by punishing me? I can ask Allah, what do you gain by punishing me? I function the way you have formed me. The society I came in, if there is error with the society, everything is from you. You invented everything. The society has become a society that it is as a result of your own genius work. So what I have become, whether I got it from society, from whatever, religion, whatever, you embraced it. So there is no need for the disease to come upon my life. But that's one point there. You think about it, see if logically it's right. But since you have sobered yourself in a state of fear, or in a situation where you cannot speak back, because you haven't got God there to speak to him, and the presentation keeps you in a state of fear because he wants you to understand that God is some spirit you can't see. And those genius ideas of the eldership that they have benefited from this for so long, and for their own whatever good they think they want, and they are not helping anybody with the truth, because it helps. I mean, I'm an elderly man, I'm grown myself. I can take advantage of that so many ways. And you can too. When your time comes, you can. If you are young, your time comes. If you're already old, think about it. Think about it. You went through it. Think about it. Is it necessary for us to keep putting people fearing God out there who has not even decided yet to show his face and to sort of tell us from right to wrong? God himself who created it, the one who created it, has not even considered showing himself or trying to correct it from here to there. That we choose in our own way to do it. It's fine. We can choose to do whatever if we have to. That's what we have to do to survive. But we shouldn't do it in the name of God, in the name of a blind make it truly something that we can do that anyway. You can decide to make a story, suggest something to put your child into that state of fear, and then because you have to control the child and get the child, bring the child up, and it's difficult. So fine. But we have to, as I said, at some point correct it and say that it was just a story. We have to know what to say. But this isn't about just a mere joke. This is something that is implanted into people to believe it to be true. You get told to be that it is true. You get fixed into your brains to be true, your skull to accept it to be true. It is not something I'm not thinking that God is like some myth or some sort of conjured story. No. I think of it as something really true, something which makes it solid that I, as a result, is what I am. If I am truly a person and a human being, then God must be true and a person, a human being. And so any stories that we do in his name, or some justification we have to do for our own means of correction, or our own means of satisfaction, and we use him, we must make sure that it is really coming from him, that he has a consent. We have got his consent first. But there's no way we can get that. So let's get on with our natural life. If you achieve something, say you have achieved it. Don't let God come into place where he has no place there. We must allow God to be God. We must allow man to be man. We must allow ourselves to be ourselves. And that's what I'm trying to put out here. Now, if we go on to, let's say, Exodus, God gives the people water. Exodus 17. In the chapters of 10. So Joshua did as Moses. As Moses said to him, and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill, and to stop and the top of the hill, and so went up to the top of the hill. And so it was when Moses held up his hand. This is verse 11. He held up his hand. It started from verse 10. Okay, I started from verse 10. Exodus 17, verse 10 and 11. And so 11 says, and so it was when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek, prevailed. Holding your hand, bring victory to a whole country. What does that mean? God can do whatever he has to do. He can bring victory to them. It wasn't necessary for Moses to raise his hand. But that is what the story is saying. That Moses, when Moses keep his hand up, he's an old man. Why will God punish this old man, keeping him into the state of him? It's like God is glorifying him. God wants the people to respect Moses, or to sort of think that Moses is great. Yes, so he ended up punishing Moses and saying that you take my glory, you took it to yourself. Instead of giving the glory to where it belongs, you took it for yourself. And he says you will not see Canaan any longer for what you have done.